I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackGear.com, and today we're going to do a 2017 high-end full-face helmet comparison. On the table in front of me right now are the best motorcycle helmets in the world. Each one of these is mine. I've ridden in all of these helmets. Track, street. I've worked with them here in the shop a ton, servicing them, pulling them apart, putting them back together. I know every one of these inside and out. Our goal with this video is to take everything I've learned, give it to you in such a way that when you're ready to purchase that next premium helmet, you have all the information necessary to pick the perfect one. In this video, we're going to talk about a lot of different things, right? We're going to talk about certification, weight, fit, field of vision, ventilation, noise production from the helmet, and then I'll blend in some features and benefits as well as we go through. The participants are AGV Corsa. This is a Corsa. I got a ton of time in this. There's new models. It's the Corsa R, and then, of course, the Pista R. End of the day, the new models, they're just improvements upon this. So everything here is going to be very relevant, and I will talk about the new features. I've taken a short little ride around town here in the Pista R, not enough to really evaluate it, but everything here will be relevant. Prices on this helmet are going to span from $7.99 up to $15.99. The big stuff is going to be those Pista Rs and that full carbon shell. Next is the Arai Corsair X helmet. Prices on this span from $764 to $917. In the middle of the table, this is the Bell Star Pro or Race Star. They're both very similar, okay? This is a Pro. The pricing on these helmets runs from $699 to $1299. I know you're saying to yourself, the HJC. This helmet 100% deserves to be here, and I will convince you of exactly that as I go through this video. This helmet sells from $399, and then we've got some of those really bitchin' Star Wars graphics that go up to $699. So huge span, and the difference there, it's not the helmet, it is going to be the graphic on the helmet. We'll round it out with the Shoei X14. The Shoei X14 goes from $681 to $849. Once again, that is dependent upon solid up to graphic. Let's talk about helmet fit. The first thing I want you to do, okay, before you jump in and you pull the trigger on a new lid, let's get a measurement, okay? That is really, really important. The size charts on our site, they all show how to take the measurement. Honestly, it's just above the brow, right, around your head. Do it a couple of times. Make sure you get a good, clean measurement, and use that as a baseline and work with the size charts. As a point of reference, my head is intermediate oval shaped, which means a little longer than it is side to side. I measure 58 centimeters on the money. In basically every helmet out there, or at least all the ones here, per their size chart, that is going to put me in a medium. When I think of myself and all the helmets I've worn over the years and all the stuff that I've tried on, I am absolutely a benchmark medium. With helmets like this, these are all performance oriented, okay? They should not be old couch comfortable. They shouldn't just simply fall on your head. They need to be snug. There is going to be effort pulling this over and then taking it off. Okay, for those of us that are not blessed with a head of hair, okay, yeah, there's going to be a little additional friction. That is part of it. For this helmet to work, any one of these helmets to do their job, which is really why you're buying it, You're not buying it just because Valentino Rossi is amazing, right? Hayden, Carbon, Spider-Man. It's more than that. It's a safety device. That's why you're putting this thing on your head. If it doesn't fit right, guess what? It's not going to work. It's important to understand that. So we're going to begin with a measurement. I'm going to go through each one of these helmets and talk about how the medium fit me. AGV Corsa / Pista / the new model, the R. My 58 centimeters using the AGV size chart puts me in the medium small. The fit of this helmet, effort on and off, it does definitely take some effort. Once I get it over, it's good and snug. The helmet broke in for me. I've got a lot of time in this helmet. Still fits snugly as it should. Was comfortable for sure. And I want to talk about room between my nose and my chin. This helmet, under certain conditions, it wasn't very often, but I do have kind of a big nose, I think, too. But it would just barely skin the end of the helmet. Not really a thing, but if you know you struggle in that area, keep that in mind. Let's talk about fabrics, too. The fabrics of this helmet, you can see I've got a lot of wear on this one. Very comfortable, right? With this, they've used a little less padding and tried to tune the fit of the helmet more so with the EPS. Arai Corsair X helmet. Size medium. Their sizing chart, my 58 centimeters, puts me right on the medium. The effort on and off with this one was the easiest of the bunch, no doubt. The fit, when it was brand new, right, was good, definitely very comfortable. As it broke in a bit, I needed to tune this with some cheek pads and a top pad. I want to tighten it up a little bit. That is my preference, but very easy on and off. In between the nose and chin and the chin bar, excellent room. I could basically slide a finger in between the chin bar and my nose. The fabrics, I mean, Arai's famous for this, right? Inside the helmet, very comfortable. This uses, as compared to the AGV, they're using a little bit more of the padding to tune the fit than the EPS. Bell Pro or Race Star helmet. 58 centimeters again puts me in the medium per their size chart. Like the Corsa, the effort on and off was noticeable, without question. The fabrics are comfortable, very comfortable, high-end liner that they put in here. Very nice stuff for sure. The fit is adaptive. This uses a very unique EPS that we will talk about a little bit more later that actually adapts to your head shape. So great snug fit, almost zero break-in because it adapts as you have it on. Effort on and off is noticeable. Fabrics are great, and there is about one finger I was able to get in between my nose and the chin bar of the helmet. HJC ARFA 11 Pro. On and off was a little easier than we had with the Bell or the AGV, not as easy as the Arai. Sizing, 58 centimeters again, puts me in their medium. With their size chart, they're showing that 58 centimeters could be a medium at the top, or 58 could be an early large. If you're 58, I would really recommend you stay with the medium, because out of these helmets, these two especially, this one runs just a tickle bigger. Really enjoyed the fit. That little bit extra easier on and off was nice. It didn't feel like it was too easy. It was just not as much effort. Overall fit, room here in the chin bar. Once again, I had plenty of room. I was able to slide my finger in between. No worries. Excellent room in the beak. The fabrics themselves are comfortable. As with the Arai, they're using a little more padding, right, than these two are. These two are tuning a little bit more with the EPS. Shoei X14. Size chart with my 58 centimeters puts me in a medium. It fits me perfectly. Excellent fit from this helmet. There is significant effort on and off, very commensurate with what I saw with these two, okay? The fit was everything I wanted it to be. Super easy break-in. In terms of room here, no worries at all. And they actually have a dimple. I don't know if you can catch that, Steve. But right there in the nose area, there is a dimple. So they thought that through to try and keep the helmet as small as possible, but give you room so you're not rubbing. Easy finger in between, no worries. The fabrics, they're high-end. They feel great. And I would say this one uses a little bit less in the way of padding, right, as I saw with these two. So they're trying to tune the fit more with the shell and the EPS size than they would be the actual padding of the helmet. Good, comfortable fit for sure in the end. Now we're going to focus on performance when wearing the helmet. The environment is the racetrack. That's the most demanding. Anything that works well there, it typically transfers over in terms of a helmet really well to the street. So the information is still extremely relevant. The points will be vision. The field of vision is huge. Airflow, stability at speed, and then, of course, overall noise production. Before I begin, I am going to say earplugs, right? You should be wearing earplugs on the racetrack, period. Don't resist it. Just do it. Number one, it's better for your hearing. Number two, you're going to be able to focus a lot more, which is great. Street riders, if you're wearing a really well-ventilated helmet, you should be wearing earplugs as well. AGV, Corsa / Pista. Great field of vision, up top, periphery, down low. Airflow from this helmet is everything you would expect, moves a ton of air. Stability at speed, it was designed for MotoGP and developed in MotoGP, no problems there. Overall noise production, totally acceptable for a helmet that moves this much air. Shoei X14 helmet. Excellent field of vision. Up in the brow, periphery, down low. Remember, you can adjust the helmet liner in this helmet to dial that in if you're a street rider or a racer to change the angle a little bit. Airflow, amazing. They did a great job on that. This is the helmet that has the ventilated cheek pads. That is the intake. Flows air right into the cheek pad. Stability, phenomenal. Noise production, this helmet operates at a quiet level considering the amount of airflow. Bell Pro / Race Star helmet. Panavision shield, giant field of vision, right? Actually, the way they shape it, you can see here, you not only get it up in the brow, periphery, but even a little down low. That's beneficial if you take it over to the street. It's also good on the track. Airflow, it moves a ton of air. It's a Bell Star. They're always class leading for airflow. They're still riding in that position. Stability, super stable at speed. Zero issues. Noise production. This could very well be the quietest helmet in this group. Arai Corsair X helmet. Field of vision. This is their max vision, right? Pin lock. Great field of vision. When you put the pin lock insert in, it's completely unrestrictive. The only area, right, that you do notice a little bit when you're in a tuck is these ducts right here, which enhance the ventilation. They're kind of there. You notice them. Really not a big deal. Airflow, they do a phenomenal job. They always have. They blow it onto the temples, helps cool you down. Great job with that. Stability, the helmet is stable at speed. Noise production. It's not the quietest helmet on the table, but this is much quieter than its predecessor, the Corsair V. HJC Alpha 11 Pro. This, compared to the rest on the table, you can see by looking at it that the field of vision on this one isn't the biggest. Fortunately for us, it's tall enough here at the top because that's the area that I focus on the most. The periphery is good. Ventilation from this helmet, solid. Is it better than the rest? I wouldn't say that it is, but I would say it is absolutely adequate for on-track, on-street. Stability, also very good. Is it class leading? I don't know that it's fair to say that, but it's rock solid. You're not going to have an issue with it. Noise production, total non-issue. It operates at a reasonable level considering the amount of air that it moves. Bell Race / Pro Star. This helmet is both DOT and Snell 2015 certified. The features that are unique to this helmet. I can't not show you this shield. Look at this. Push button, comes right off. Their Panavision shield, great field of vision. That is the best shield mechanism on the table, hands down. Not even close to the coolest feature on this lid. The cheek pads are held in by magnets. You say to yourself, man, aren't those going to move around or fall out? Negative. They did this on the Moto side. I have a couple of Moto 9s, no problem. Ridden in. These are both my helmets, actually. No problem whatsoever. Jade-infused virus liner helps to keep you cool and comfortable, antimicrobial, all that stuff, odor-free. Top-end stuff. Those are really cool features, and you know what? They're not even the best one this helmet offers, in my opinion. Because here it is right here, baby. This is their 3-piece flex liner. Most other helmets, traditional EPS, right? Styrofoam, let's call it what it is, but it's engineered. 3 different types of material are used here. You can see, if you can get that, Steve, I don't know, there's a gray layer all the way on the inside. That goes against the helmet shell. Then we have the red layer here, and you can see that one's way softer and it kind of rebounds. And then we have the black here. This helmet, in my mind, has the best liner in terms of EPS liner on the table. It is the most cutting edge. This helmet's able, per their studies and testing, is able to manage high speed, low speed, and mid, where a lot of the other helmets focus more on the high speed stuff. Blending in some rotational as well, because you have 3 layers here and they're not glued together. So they are actually able to float a little bit. You don't notice any of that when you ride, it doesn't move around, none of that happens. However, in an impact, it can be millimeters that is the difference between a spinal injury and not. And as you can see, there are some millimeters to give and take here. The fit is also adaptive. When you put it on your head, because of the soft layers, it's able to conform to your head shape, so you get an adaptive fit. Groundbreaking, I love that they pushed the envelope there. Shoei X14. This is DOT and Snell 2015 certified. This, as compared to all the helmets on the table, and these are great helmets by great companies, this one has the level best quality in my opinion. Remember, I'm the guy who takes these things apart and puts them back together, right? I'm a helmet savant. They do the best job with that assembly and quality of engineering. That said, these are all great helmets, okay? But still, I'm going to give that to Shoei. What I look for is, in a top-level helmet like this, I want to see that engineering. I want to see that envelope pushed, right, for safer, better-performing products. Love the Bell Star with that liner, you know, that they did the flex. That's great. And Shoei, this is all new ground up, too. The real exciting features are, we have a vent, I already showed you this, that vents right into the cheek pad. First time that's happened. The interior of the helmet itself, you're able to rotate it so that if you're a track rider, you would make this adjustment so it's a little more open in the brow, a little taller so you can see through the corners better. If you're a street rider, you would leave it in that first position so you can see a little bit more down. Nobody else has done that before. The helmet liner. Of course, you can replace all the pieces, adjust the fit. You can do that with everybody here. This particular one, right, you can get every little piece. Like the top pad is multiple pieces. You want to make it tighter on the sides, you can do that. Taller, right, lift it up a little bit, you can do that. Plus the cheek pads. That is groundbreaking. That is different. And that stuff I really gravitate towards. The wings from MotoGP brought into this helmet. And look at this. This is how these guys are. Yeah. Those are detents on the flat race shield to adjust for the tear-offs, okay? Click by click. Nobody else does that. AGV Corsa / Pista / R. DOT and ECE 2205 certified. Unique features. Wow, look at the shape of the helmet. I think that's pretty clear. This was developed at the highest level of racing by AGV with Valentino Rossi's input, of course. Tremendous experience from that guy, and he's pouring that into the products that he uses that we all get to purchase and use. So that, without a doubt, is a very unique feature. The interior, the fabrics they use are very high-end. This one, a lot of wear, you see that, but I've worn it so much, Steve can get that. I've worn the writing off of the label in the top liner, okay? Fabrics are great, they feel great, moisture wicking, phenomenal job. I think that's an area where they really stand out. Performance, epic, without a doubt. Style, class leading. With this helmet, the very early versions of the Corsa/Pista, they had some problems with a couple of little tabs inside, right? That was dealt with very early on. Those helmets were all sold and gone, and they took care of whatever they needed to. I just want to address that and also let you know, you buy a product from me, a high-end product like this, and there's a problem, in or out, I'm going to fight for you. That's what I do for my customers. But that's behind us. This is a great helmet, and they've evolved it now in those new versions. And you can see how much I liked it because I flat out wore this one out. Arai Corsair X helmet, DOT and Snell 2015 certified. With Arai, you know what you're going to get. If you're a previous Arai owner, you know what you're going to get. One thing that I both love and question is their commitment to this round shell shape. Where everybody else has changed quite a bit in new technologies, they're so ingrained in the belief that that round shell enhances safety, and I love their dedication, and they have a lot of information behind it now, that they continue producing the round shell. The idea is that when you're sliding, it'll just skip off imperfections and reduce the possibility of something catching. Any of the pieces you see on the outside, they'll pop right off if you're crashing, right? Because you're going to need a new helmet anyways if it hits the ground. So to help prevent that tumble and to help prevent grabbing and twisting on your neck, that is why they do that. Round is also very strong. So for a big, huge impact, right? Very strong, does a great job. Quality, they're banging right on Shoei, right? Real close. I'm going to give Shoei the edge just a little bit, but phenomenal. If you've owned an Arai, you know. Quality of interior, top shelf comfort, epic without question. The only thing that I would like to see, and this is me personally, I like to see the new designs. I like to see the envelope pushed, and I'm going to temper that by saying I also appreciate their commitment to a design they believe in wholeheartedly. HJC ARFA 11 Pro, DOT as well as ECE certified. Where does it win? Well, it is the lightest helmet in this shootout at 3.2 pounds in a size medium. That's a pretty important win. Price. This is bar none the most affordable helmet on this table. In some cases, you could save $1,000 plus. So you're probably saying, Van, why is it even on the table? It doesn't deserve to be there. It earned its way on the table because, let's just face it, nobody would label me the biggest HJC helmet devotee in the world. There was a time when I first started this company, I didn't like their products, so we didn't sell them. But those guys kept working, they kept designing, they kept developing, they kept pushing. And I gotta tell you, the last few years, they've done great. This is flat out amazing. And they're dropping it in our laps at a price where if you don't have that uber premium budget, we don't all, man, let's face it, right? You can get a helmet that is the lightest, and in terms of ventilation, field of vision, comfort, stability, all those things, it performs on a level that, in my opinion, using it, it's running with the big dogs, man. I think that's really, really important, and I cannot not include it because it's a great value, the best on the table. Emergency release cheek pads, good interior. The others, it's a little higher in fabric for sure, but they're a whole hell of a lot more money, right? Cut out there for the collarbone, a little padding there, right? And then, here's the big thing. Nobody else has a Spider-Man helmet, baby. We got Spider-Man, we got Venom, we got Star Wars, right? Beautiful helmets. Great job, phenomenal price. Okay, are you ready? This is where I tell you which one of these is the greatest helmet ever in the history of the universe and where I sell you your next helmet. It's actually not. This is where I tell you that all of these are amazing. Actually, if I were The Bachelor, I watched that show with my wife. Every one of these ladies is getting a rose. End of the show, you know what? It's probably me and my ladies on Sister Wives Part 2. That's where we'd be at, because they're all great. Now, I'm going to tell you where they're different so you can choose the one that's right for you. Okay, all you helmet snobs out there, comment away, right? Yes, HJC ARFA 11 Pro helmet. The value it delivers is amazing, and the reason it's relevant and belongs here is for that rider, right, that aspires to own in these other ones. These things are super expensive. What I'm trying to tell you is with this bad boy, I can get you performance and safety that's right there. Very good. Comparable with these, and save you a ton of money. The gold standard, which is that balance between the investment you've made and the return on that investment. I think that is critical, and for most people, that is the hot button. In that category, these two right here. They're both just under, to get into them, that $700 price point where you don't sacrifice anything but a graphic, basically. With this one, you can go unobtainium with some cool texturing. We'll talk about that in a second. But both of these, you get all the cool features, all the cool benefits, all the great performance at within the scope of these helmets, excluding the HJC, of course, the most affordable price. You trade off essentially nothing. With this particular helmet, it almost doesn't even need to be said. They have been the benchmark for eons. Many riders have aspired to owning a top-level Arai. They don't disappoint. This does not disappoint. If you appreciate their heritage, their commitment to this design, to the quality, and you have studied their round shape principle, right, and believe in that, this helmet will not disappoint. You will love it from the day you buy it to the day you decide to replace it with your next Arai. The AGV, the Corsa, the Pista R, style, performance. I mean, this thing just seriously drips sex all over the table. The lines, the style, Rossi, and the performance is phenomenal. If those things speak to you, you're going to love this helmet. Last, and certainly not least, the quest for all things unobtainium. If you are that rider and you just want the best of the best, still, you don't make a habit out of pissing your money away, but you're not afraid to spend it for the best. The Bell Pro Star with the Techstream carbon, right? Super high-end, virus interior, absolutely amazing, $12.99. There ain't going to be a lot of other folks in that club with you. Now we're going to pretend this is a Pista R. Right, it's really a Corsa right now, but a Pista R carbon fiber, this super sexy wing. It's going to have the drink bag thing, camelback built right into it. Amazing. Tops off in that $1,500 range and just screams sex. Neither one of those will disappoint. If you're comfortable with that spend, you're going to feel good about wearing that helmet. That's it. We are done. We're wrapping this up. And if you actually made it this far, congratulations. Thanks for watching. And you know what? All you're doing is you're giving it the respect it deserves. And when I say the respect, the investment you're thinking of making. Huge investment. Now, when you get one of these helmets from us, right, here's what I want you to do. Don't ride in it. Don't take the shield sticker off. Wear it in the house. Make sure you love the fit and the feel before you take it out on the bike. That way, if you need to send it back for return or exchange, I got you. There's not going to be a problem. That's really important because these are all high dollar items. Remember, we're always here behind you at STG. You buy one of these helmets, right? You have issues with it? I want to know. I'm Brian Van. I own the company. You can get me at service@sportbiketrackgear.com. I'm at extension 201. And you and your happiness with these products, real important to me.